A man arrives at an airport, hands over his passport, and waits. The officer looks at him, then back at the passport, confused. The country listed does not exist. But the stamps, the visa, and the passport itself? All real. This isn't a movie plot. This is the real-life mystery of the man from Taured, an event that still baffles experts to this day. Was he a hoax, or proof of parallel universes? It was a regular day in 1954 at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. Flights landed, passengers walked through customs, and security officers went through their usual routines. But then, a man approached customs and presented his passport. He appeared European, spoke fluent Japanese, and acted like any other businessman. But when the officer glanced at the passport, something was off. The passport was from a country called Taured. The officers looked at each other, puzzled. There was no such country on Earth. The document seemed authentic. It had official stamps, previous travel records, and a visa for Japan. When officers questioned the man, he appeared just as confused as they were. He insisted that Taured was a real place, located between France and Spain. His entire life, he had traveled freely from Taured, and this was just another business trip. To prove his claim, officers handed him a world map and asked him to point to Taured. Without hesitation, he pointed to where Andorra exists today. But when he saw the name, Andorra, he became frustrated. He had never heard of Andorra. His country had existed there for over 1,000 years. Authorities checked his passport further. It had official stamps from previous travels, including entries from Japan itself. How is that possible? His driver's license, business documents, and even currency, all were from Taured. Nothing seemed fake. Now alarmed, immigration officials decided to detain him for further investigation. They placed him in a secure hotel room under strict surveillance. His passport and documents were locked away for inspection. The next morning, officers arrived at his hotel room to continue the investigation. But what they found sent chills down their spines. The room was empty. The man from Taured had disappeared. There were no signs of forced entry. The room was high up in the hotel, with no balconies or escape routes. The security guards confirmed that no one had entered or left the room overnight. And strangest of all, his passport, documents, and personal belongings? They had vanished too. It was as if he had never existed. So what really happened? Some believe he was a time traveler who accidentally entered a different reality. Others claim he was from a parallel universe, one where Taured was a real country but somehow crossed over into our world. A few skeptics say it was all an elaborate hoax, but if so, why has no one ever been able to debunk it completely? Could this be evidence that multiple realities exist? Did he somehow slip through a rift in time and space, only to return to his world without warning? The mystery of the man from Taured remains unsolved to this day. No missing person report, no record of his existence, and no logical explanation. Just a passport, a country that never was, and a man who vanished without a trace. What do you think? Could this be proof of parallel universes? Or was it an elaborate deception? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love unsolved mysteries, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories.